here we go.
I'm recognising a lot of people that were here yesterday, so we don't want to bore you again. Because if you want to win any new things...
This is important for you. What have you enjoyed most about the weekend?
Do you know, meeting you guys? Absolutely, just really having a good time and meeting you guys. It's just been really good fun. Yeah.
Yes, and it is, for me, it's been lovely to catch up with everybody again, because we didn't know when we finished that Bad Girls was going to be axed. And normally you just say, bye, see you next time, you know. But we weren't going to see each other again if we hadn't come here. And of course, with Tracey not being in the last series, I hadn't seen her for a while. And I certainly hadn't seen Jennifer Ness for about 3 years. So it's been a great reunion, really, and a catching up. And with you guys as well, sort of bringing it all together and reminding me, because you're also clever, you can remember back to the various series because you keep watching your DVDs and you keep reminding me of things. I think, oh yes, that was a good moment, that was a good moment. So it's been a lovely trip down memory lane, really.
Oh, excellent. By the way, Helen is going to be doing the vagina monologues.
Oh,
Where?
where and when?
Just thought I'd mention that, Helen, right?
That was a good plug. Where?
I'm not quite sure of my dates yet, because I'm doing pantomimes, I think I told you first. I'm going to Sheffield to do my pantomime, which couldn't be more different from the vagina monologue. I know my first date is Southend, but as soon as I know some more dates, I'll have to...
Yeah, just because we were sort of talking about it yesterday, because Helen was sort of saying to me and keep going, well, I don't know when I'm going to see you again. And I thought, well, actually, we will come and see you in the vagina monologue, so join us.
Yeah.
Is there like a production company or something? Because if we keep checking the internet, if we know what we're looking for, you know, in case we go to the wrong show.
Well, it's sort of permanently on. It's a crazy production, really, because they just do it in all sorts of different places with all sorts of different actresses. And I went to see it in Milton Keynes recently. It was Leslie Joseph was doing it, who couldn't be more different to me.
I'm sure it'll be on the internet, though.
It probably will be on the internet.
I'm sure if you just tap in
I know it's on a lot, it's just we want to make sure we get to see you.
Yeah, but I'm sure they'll have a kind of either a phone number or a cast breakdown or you know that kind of thing.
Yeah,
so it'll be. I'm sure you'll be able to track it. I'm sure you'll be able to track it. It was the fake miscarriage, which not only did it look disgusting. I mean, the art department did a great job with things like vinegar, bits of plastic. It was just absolutely foul. So it looked disgusting, but the smell was absolutely hideous because it was this mixture of things like vinegar and Worcester sauce and bits and bobs of and tomato and it stank. You know, we're kind of going, oh, we'll just put that on this bed here. You know, oh man, absolutely horrible. So yeah, that was the worst one. But no, the Neil Grayling stuff I really, really enjoyed. That was really enjoyed. That's Zara.
Zandra.
Yes.
When Zandra had her baby, if you remember,
Yes.
Sylvia cried.
I was going to say that, yes.
I mean, that was very, very early on.
Yeah.
When we all, and with Crystal, she was quite kind to Crystal, even though she was one of you people. She's always had a sort of soft side. Because you see, Sylvia really was a family woman. She had her 3 children. She was very proud of her. Connie and Gail and Bobby Darren, who was always a bit of a handful, but she
and Gail.
Oh well, she didn't know that for a long time. Yes, but you know, she was always a home bird with her Bobby and all that. She was very house proud. So there was a soft side to her. But she was old school, you see, Sylvia. That's the way she'd been trained to be a prison officer. And if people committed the crime, then they had to do the time.
Yeah.
Locked up 24/7. I mean, that's all she knew. None of this counselling and rubbish. Yes.
Did you actually go and film the honeymoon in Spain?
We did.
Yeah.
We did it. Estepona. We had. It was a wonderful sequence at the wedding, the total wedding. They asked me what Sylvia would wear, and we went out and looked at lots of sort of wedding clothes. Because it was Sylvia's second wedding, I said, well, I think coffee lace would be more tactful. And so they brought all these beautiful designs, and sort of waists like that. And I said, no, you've got to remember Sylvia's done ballroom dancing. She's used to her skirt being pulled up on a thread like that so it sticks out. So I absolutely insisted that I had this sort of full, almost ballroom dress. And then what to do with my hair and what to do, and of course you had to have my wings, because Sylvia always has wings. But we decided a fascinator. She'd obviously looked in all the women's magazines, because you know, just take a break and all that. And fascinators were in, you know, this little sort of flower on the top of her head. So I thought they made her look terrific.
I loved watching you and Philip dancing.
And then of course he had to learn to dance, because Bobby had always danced, so I insisted that we had a dance at the wedding. But we did it. We were at a country hotel somewhere on location, and normally we have, I told you yesterday, those that were here, we had a wonderful group of extra girls who were always with us. But of course, those extras couldn't be the guests at the wedding because they were prisoners, so we had to have a whole new lot of extras. And because we were in this country hotel, they asked some of the staff who worked in the hotel if they'd like to be wedding guests, you know, part of the fun, we like to be on television and join in. So they were all a bit bewildered, really. They were told to come in their best hats as if they were at a wedding. And they were sitting in chairs, rather like you are. Philip, who played the doctor, and I, we walked down the aisle. And this woman just screamed. So after we'd done it, that's the loveliest wedding I've ever been to. I think she thought it was real. But then, yes, we did go to Spain to film the honeymoon. And of course, as you remember, the Costa Cons just happened to be in the same hotel. Not only in the same hotel, but in the next room. So when I was screaming for mercy, they were on the balcony and they recognised Sylvia's screaming. So it was all very fortunate. But I couldn't believe it that Shed Productions were going to take us, fly us to Spain. I have to say, we went for 3 days. And we could have been in Blackpool before I saw Spain. We got off the plane, we actually filmed coming from the airport to the hotel, a sequence. The morning we left the hotel, we filmed, we had to get up, we were called on the set at 7, so we were all up about 5, especially the Costa Cons with all their makeup and glamour. They were up about 5. And we filmed a whole sequence of dropping the diamonds and all that before we flew back to England. So I can't really say I've been to Spain because I can't remember anything about it.
Yeah.
I want Mama Fancy. Would you do another Bad Girls convention, even though the show's not continuing, if you were asked?
Sure. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say, really, isn't it? Because the show is cancelled.
Yeah.
Whether or not there would be a reason to do another Bad Girls convention, really. Do you know what I mean?
Cult following.
Pardon?
Cult following, like.
Well, yeah, for
like
sure.
business
For sure.
They still do conventions of that.
And it's you know, there's still a huge Christmas special to come, which is still alive. I can't believe it's gone yet, because there's still that to be shown. And
I think Meg did it right.
Sorry?
Somebody else made it.
We're all going to write to ITV.
Well, yes, another channel might want to
I
take
was
it up.
discussing it last night with Julie Jay. We are. Yeah.
Well, it has happened, hasn't it? I mean, another channel might, Channel 5 might take it and be thrilled to have such a good show.
Absolutely.
And that's why it's good that they haven't tied it up, actually, because I know, you know, when we've been doing all the question answering, a lot of people said, but would it be nice to tie it up? But I don't think so, because it could go on. So
Yeah, there's still, I mean, you know, there is still a lot to explore. And I do think that the programme was axed not because of its popularity, but because of ITV politics.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's a new executive for ITV, and they want to change the face of it.
A new board sweeps.
Where was it after?